Hello everyone, Vanguard of Valor here once again with another episode of Vessel. So, I've been thinking about this running with water achievement a little bit more, and I think this waterfall that I called the wimpy little waterfall, that couldn't possibly be it, has to be the one that's it. Because it's the only one you can really manipulate, because this is 2 or 3 puzzles after you just get access to your seeds. So, we're going to see if we have to do something with this waterfall, the underground river here. Because up until this point really we don't have access to anything we can use to control the water. So let's see if we can force the water to come with us, make a fluoro to do the work for us, or what? So we can make one here. It doesn't seem to do anything though. So what happens if we kill him and bring the water? It has something to do with that. Let's bring the water. Come on. I'll make you there. More water. Come on. Let's take all this water with us. I don't know if this is the right solution, but I like the idea of it. And let's drop him before all the water evaporates. Oh, he's interested in something. Is this it? Is this it? Ha! Running with water. So that was the solution. That's a weird achievement. Okay, apparently getting a fluoro from that waterfall to do this and not doing anything with this machine was the solution. Alright, well, that's that out of the way. Excellent. So, what we're going to be working on next is we're going to go back and see if we can figure out how to get those remaining 2 achievements. We've only got 2 left to get before we get 100%. That is internal rejection for getting a fluoro with that cannot support itself to support itself somehow, and we have to get 1 for, I believe it's called handle with care, for combining the red and blue fluoro goo and somehow getting a fluoro out of it. And I'm really not sure how to do that one, but I have an idea on how to do the internal rejection one. So we're going to see if we can load up our completed game. So we're going to jump to Workshop Chapter 5 autosave, because this will be easier if we have all access to all of our materials, all of our upgrades, and all that kind of good stuff. So let's hop down here. My theory is that the reason we haven't gotten the internal rejection achievement is because the fluoro we've been making with the green goo hasn't actually survived any of our tests. He spawns and then is instantly dead. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try again in order to make one that will sustain itself. And my theory is the reason we're having trouble is that there's too much glowing goo. So we're going to spray down some glow goo, and we're going to spray down some of another color. Let's put some blue goo, and we'll see if that is enough to sustain him. Oh, that's the wrong kind of fluoro. For a second there I thought we had solved it already, but no, that's the wrong fluoro. You need a dark fluoro. Okay, try again. Spray down some green goo, spray down some blue goo. Go. That looks too green to me. Oh, we made him! Where's he going? Where are you going there, little fluoro? Poor little guy. What if I open this for you? Will you hop in there for me? No, you're just running around. I can't get out. Get me out of here. He's... Oh no, really? There we go. He's alive, but I don't think we got our achievement. No. That was a pretty promising idea, I thought, but it didn't seem to work. Let's try making one that's mostly water and also has some green goo. Just a little bit of green goo in this guy. Seems to have the same reaction though. I thought that would do it for sure. maybe we should try using something else. Let's try red goo as our additional substance. So we'll drop down our seed, and when it starts to accumulate, we'll spray some green in there. It's alive, it just doesn't seem to be working. Well, little fluoro, if that's how you're gonna be, that's how it's gonna be. This is a troublesome little guy. Okay, well, let's try using more green maybe. I think maybe what we have to do is get just on the edge of acceptability. So we'll use mostly green for this fluoro, and a little bit of blue. No, not enough blue. Not enough blue. How about this one? There we go, he's alive. It's just a tiny ring of blue on the outside. And a whole pile of eyes in him. But I'm not getting the achievement. Okay. So despite the fact that he is living, and is a dark fluoro made of light, apparently that doesn't count. Alright, good to know. Well, since that was a flop, what we're going to do instead is we're going to head over to the orchard and we're going to work on getting our red and blue to work together. Because there is a point in there where we have a hose of red and blue, I seem to remember. That might be the best place to easily manipulate both colors. So let's see if we can jump to it. Let's see. I'm going to guess you're about halfway through the puzzle. So we'll jump to the middle. And if I didn't guess right, I will cut and we will head over to it the slow way. Rather, I will head over to it the slow way and I will cut back in when I have found it. But I think it should be just over here. I like the fountain though. The well is full of water. It's cute. I'm not seeing it, but it should be just over here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I was right. That was a pretty good guess. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to get some blue and some red. Oh, I can't maneuver the red very easily though. I'll just plop some in there and then I spray a bit of... You're gonna explode! Ah! Because I can just oh, I'm dead. I can just hose blue in there. That's not a problem. So if I put an eye there, add some green, and add some blue... It was an interesting idea. Didn't quite work, but I thought it was an interesting idea. So now we need to... I like the idea though. We're going to use... There's some purple in him. Probably not enough though. Problem is they explode so easily. Okay, so what we're going to do is... New solution time. We're going to take some we'll fill some water up in here. We're going to take a fluoro eye, drop it in there, and throw some... Oh my goodness, I'm just spraying everything everywhere. Throw some blue in there too. Nope, fluoro eye. I was so close! Some more red in that fluoro. Come on! Do your job, fluoro. Really not sure what else I can do here that I haven't tried yet. So we've got lots of blue. We can try adding in some green. Although green is a fairly limited resource in this area, so I shouldn't mess around with it too much. Ah! No, I have an idea. We'll put our blue at the bottom. Put our green as a top layer here. Just like that. I don't want the blue on the top. I want the green on the top. Damn it. blue on the bottom, green on the top. Add some red. And we explode. Idea is still good though. The idea is still good. We use the blue on the bottom with green as a barrier, because green is thick. And then we use a fluoro eye to get some red. I'm dead again! Man, this is absurdly difficult. Whoa! Well, I guess that answers that. I guess we'll be back again in a bit. Thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, well, restarted Vessel because that weird last lack of music and suddenly everything being immobile was because the game had crashed. So, we're going to try a little bit longer to do this, and then we're going to probably give up and do something else. So, here we go. Let's drop in a seed in here. Let's fill it up with blue, coat the top with green, and then push some red into it. Yeah, you come over here. I don't know what you're made of enough that I can guide you over. You didn't like that. Okay, so making a color amalgamation didn't work. Seemed like a pretty good idea, but it didn't seem to have the long-term effects I was hoping for. So I'll bring that in there. Now we spray green, we spray blue. There's some purple in there. There's some purple in there. Not enough though, I guess. Okay. Oh, I blocked it. That was exactly what I wanted. Push up there. I want more red. I don't know why I can't suction red. Dead. Problem is, I only want a little bit of red. I keep getting huge amounts when I use the fluoro seeds to pull with. I only want a little. I only want, like, enough that I could mush up by myself, but by the time I get as much as I want up there, it has evaporated. Oops. Threw it too far. No, get up on top of the platform. There we go. That's what we want. Now we go that. We're going to spray green on top and blue on top. Ah, damn, I thought I had it that time. Just a huge pile of blue over there. Blow some stuff up for fun. I really wish I could suction the red. I don't know why it doesn't work. Let's go. Let's bring a bit of you in there. Not that much. Just a... Ah, damn. That much. And then we'll green on top, and we'll blue on top of that. Still no such luck. I think we've got the right idea though. We just need to get it to work. One blob of red in there should be enough. Okay, so now we go Q, E, 3, blue. Ah, so close. Maybe a different kind of fluoro would be better. One that doesn't touch itself so much. Let's try control fluoro. Because the drinker fluoro's arms, if they're touching the body and they're made of a different substance, aren't going to work. But, come on. It's going in the hole there. There we go. Q, E, green, blue. Almost. Q, E, 3, 2, work. Ah, we're getting so close. I think I had the right idea though with changing the kind of fluoro we use. So let's try a different one again. Let's try a light fluoro, because they have a pretty simple design. It's possible that we were just using the wrong kind of fluoro before, and that was the source of our problem. What is that? Apparently messing around with this exploding goop is just asking for glitches. We had the game crash, we just had a eyeball form with nothing else but whoa. There, yeah! We did it! Okay, that is the trick. We have officially managed to get Handle with Care. All you have to do is use red, blue, and green goop with a light fluoro in the middle of these pipes. It might take a little bit of trial and error, but it is absolutely doable. Excellent. Just keep in mind that the reason you have to use the green goop is to prevent the red and the blue from actually touching at any point. You just want them to be in the same fluoro. Whew, okay, that was one heck of a challenge. Alright, well we're gonna go back to the lab and see if we can finish our last puzzle here. Return to the workshop. We have only one achievement left to get, and that is Internal Rejection. If we can get that, we will have 100% completed all of Vessel. Aw, yeah. Alright. So how are we gonna do this last Internal Rejection? Spray some water in there. Darkness fluoro. Go. How much green does it have to be in order for it to count? Because I've done on the threshold. Not enough anything in there. I've done one that's mostly green with just a little bit of blue. And that didn't work. How do I make you work, Internal Rejection fluoro? Maybe it has something to do with green goop and lava. We made an almost entirely mist-based fluoro that likes the dark. But that doesn't seem to do it. Surprisingly enough. Despite being made of light. Doesn't seem to care. Okay, so lava was not the solution. It's gotta be something to do with green goop and darkness fluoros. There's no other obvious connection. Come on. Suck up some more green goop, because we're running low. I don't know, really. We can make darkness fluoros, we can make them out of all manner of things. We can even probably make them out of protoplasm. Oh, there we go, internal rejection. Oh! I know what happened. I think I know what happened there. Okay, I think I've figured out how that worked. We sprayed enough of the protoplasm in, because protoplasm does not count as light, for it to be alive. Oh, that didn't work that time. Let's try again. We sprayed enough protoplasm in for him to be alive, and then when we sucked the protoplasm out, in the split second before he was dead, he was alive as a monster made entirely of protoplasm. Or, I mean, entirely out of green goo and no protoplasm. So let's go add some green, and we go Q and E. I can't get her to do it again. I think, well, I've got it. I got the achievement, but I want to help you guys get it. So let's see if I can reproduce this situation, and then, sadly, we'll be done with Vessel forever. What a sad thing to think about. Alright, I'm going to spray some of that in there, and hopefully it lives. It's alive. Can I suck the protoplasm out of it, like I did last time? Didn't work quite as cleanly that time. I'm not sure quite what happened there, but that did work. Protoplasm and green goop. I'm not sure if there's a better way to do it. Because I can't seem to... It's not easy to reproduce, but it worked. I'm not too pleased with this result. I was hoping I'd get something a little bit more quantifiable. I'd be able to go, ah, okay, well, if you do this and this and this, you can do this. Yeah, I'm not sure how that worked. But hopefully it'll work for you too. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments, and I can always come back and see if we can find a better way to do it. But for now, that looks like we've done it. We have gotten every achievement in Vessel, and all that's left to do is upgrade my equipment, but that's boring and there's nothing for doing it. So, thanks for playing along with me, everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the episodes. I've enjoyed making them. Don't know what we're going to move on to next, but I'm sure I'll think of something soon. This has been Vanguard of Valor with the Vessel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.